To remove the valves is fairly easy. You're basically going to want to take your 6-inch vise, which is what I got. Got this one at Harbor Freight. And it works pretty good because this one rotates really easy, and that's what you want. And so I'll just go around the back right here until I go and grab the valve and I have it seated right on top of it. And I made this PVC pipe. I just cut it with a hot knife. Pretty easy. I'm gonna do the smooth side. Make sure the edges are smooth too, just so you basically make the risk as minimal as possible to scratching the edges. Alright, then you can just put it right there. Alright, then once you start screwing it on, you get it all flat. You want to make sure that whatever PVC you're using doesn't touch the edges. I bought this PVC at pretty much just a hardware store. It was 45 cents. And you basically just want to tighten like this. It might spin, just to make sure it doesn't touch the edges. I'll do that really quick. Alright, now that you got tightened down pretty good, I bought a set of these picks which help really much, like a whole lot. I would suggest getting these. I got these like just $2 at Ace Hardware. Pretty cheap. And I'm gonna just stick it right here in this hole, and then just go right between those and just pry them so they're both loose. Sometimes you need to rotate them a bit to get them off, because when you tighten this down, it's not going to tighten evenly. Alright, just like that. And I'll just grab a magnet right here, just throw it in there. Grab them both, just like that. Pretty easy. Alright, now when you loosen this, just loosen it slowly, and it should come out pretty good. This should take probably about between 2 and 3 minutes per valve is how long it takes. Not too terrible. Alright, there we go. That just fell. I'm going to use my magnet again just to take that off. And then also grab the spring. Probably get that with my hand. Yep. And with the valve, might be kind of hard, but you can just push it through and come out the other side. You can see this one has quite a bit of carbon on it. I believe this is the exhaust side, so that'd be why it has a lot of carbon on it. Alright, now you're going to want to remove the valve seal, which that's not too hard. I got this valve seal removal tool right here. I just got this one off of eBay. Alright, you're going to want to go in and grab around the valve. Make sure you got a good hold. And these ones are probably going to be rock hard if you're replacing them, or just bad. So I'm going to grab it and just give it a little twist until I can feel it get loose. Right there, now it's loose. And I just twist it, pull it off. Right there, just set that one off to the side. You can tell these are pretty bad when they're looking grimy like that. They're missing little chunks around it, and they're supposed to be rubbery, and if I try to flex this, it's rock hard. It's not moving at all. So it's a good thing that I'm replacing these. And what you can do is you can get a piece of paper towel, just wipe around there, make sure it's pretty clean. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm going to grab my new valve seal. Right here. And then I'm going to get just a tiny bit of soapy water just to put right there. Just so it goes on snug and easy without basically tearing the seal, because you don't want to do that. Alright, got some soapy water on there. Now I'm going to basically put this back in the tool. With some valve seals, you might want to use a different tool to install it. but since these Volvos, they're pretty deep in, I use like the uninstaller tool to do both jobs. So I'll get it on there, just twist it on there. You don't want to like bend the metal, so just go easy. Alright, that's feeling pretty stiff right there. And then right here is like the installer tool that you can just push right in the middle. That is the wrong size, so I'm gonna grab the right size real quick. Alright, here's the right size. So this will just slide right in there perfectly. Just give a little twist so it goes right on top of it. Just kind of push it and twist it ever so slightly. And then you'll get it on there pretty good. And then I usually just go with my finger just to make sure, go around the edges, make sure it's on there pretty good. Make sure I didn't rip it or anything. That feels pretty good to me. And then I'll just double check that by putting the valve in and making sure it goes in there nice and straight like how it's supposed to. It feels like it's got a good seal, so that's pretty good. No wobble in it. Perfect, so I'll just push that back out and then get that one ready for cleaning. Now with these valves, I have numbered bags, and this is the 12th one on the exhaust side. I already did the intake side, so if you do them all at once, you could just do like E12 and then I12 for intake side, but I'll just do this one for the 12th one. I'll just put it in the bag, take all these out, and then I'll clean them. If I didn't already mention this, a lot of the times when you're tightening it down, it'll make a pop. That's pretty much just it, like breaking the old seal that it had. So right here, you'll probably hear it if it does. Oh, yep, it's about to break. Right there. And that's pretty easy just to loosen it. Just like so. Alright, now you want to get all your carbon built up off of your valves. And you can see quite a bit right here. You got this nice, nasty, rocky texture on there. And you need that gone so you can relap the valves on the back. So what you want to do, so what I got here is just an old piece of like a Scotch-Brite pad. I'm just going to squeeze that in there. I'm going to tighten up the vise so it does not move. Right there. Alright, that's solid. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little small wire wheel. It is brass. Does not look like it on there, but I promise you it is, because you don't want to scratch the surface if you go off the edge or something. You're just going to want to go like this, back and forth. You can already see right there, it's already taken off quite a bit of the nasty stuff off of it. So I'm going to go back up and down. Just like that. And you can see it's already coming off, and it does take a few minutes to get completely off, and I'll show you guys what it looks like right after I'm done. You guys can see right here just how much of a huge difference it makes for when you clean them. And also I use like an old soft Scotch-Brite pad just to go really quick right around the edge, just to get all like these little bits right here. Like these ones even come off their fingernail like that. But I just do that really quick just to get those edges clean, so it makes the lapping like more evenly, goes where it needs to go. And I also did that on the stem from right here, where you can see that perfectly smooth. And then the backs will be cleaned off when you lap them right around these areas. And these areas don't need to be cleaned, honestly. They don't make much of a difference, but if you feel like you want to, it doesn't hurt at all. And obviously you want to inspect them, make sure that they're straight and that there's no other kind of like places like right here where they're grabbing on anywhere, because that could possibly tear the seal, and you don't want to tear your brand new valve seals. Alright, now when you want to basically marry the valves back to where they go, first step you want to do is just to go around with like a clean paper towel and wipe, because you want to make sure there's no rocks in there so you don't make any kind of like terrible scoring or anything in there. I just go around just a little bit, just like that, really quickly. You can just see how much there's already on there, and that's all carbon. And you're not really cleaning these because the grounding compound will basically do that for you, but you just want to get all the big nasty stuff out so you don't grind any big gorges into them, because that would not be good. So now that I got these two all nicely wiped out, that one wasn't bad, I'm going to use this Permatex valve grinding compound. And I'm not sponsored by any of these products, so I pay for all these by myself. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, right now you guys got your valve here. You're going to want to add some of the grinding compound, and you do not need much. You don't really need to overdo it because it'll just make a mess. So what I do is I just put just a little dab there, about that much. It's quite a bit, and then I'll do one about the same size on the other side, just like that. And then I'll take my glove and I'll just kind of cut it around just a little bit, just like that. It's kind of messy, but that's perfectly fine. So now that you got it on there, what you're going to want to do next is now put it in there, but you're also going to want to put just a little bit of the valving compound right inside basically where it's going to seat. You're just going to want to move that all the way around it, just so there's some on that surface as well. Alright, now once you got it on there, you're going to want to push it in through the seal. Alright, just like that. And you're going to want to spin this back and forth and around many times. And you're going to keep doing that until I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. And when you're about done lapping, you can pretty much hear a sound that it makes. It's a different noise. So right here, this one is pretty much just about done. You can hear it. It sounds pretty smooth. I'm gonna move to this next one, which I just put in, and I'm willing to bet it's gonna sound pretty rough. Yeah, you can sound that. It sounds like it's grinding rocks and all kinds of stuff. And that's pretty much it, just going over pits. So here's the old one that sounds like crap. And here's the one that's just been freshly resealed. It's also harder to move than this one over here. This one almost wants to move freely, and this one has some resistance. One very important thing is you want to make sure you get all this grinding compound. So once you're done with one, just clean it out very thoroughly and make sure you get it all pretty darn clean.